The Eagles returned to the scene of the crime tonight. The last time the Birds were at Lincoln Financial Field, they mugged the Minnesota Vikings, 38-7, in the NFC Championship game. That game turned into a party in the third quarter. Tonight was a party from the start. Over 40,000 Eagles fans, according to the team, showed up to fill the lower bowl of the Linc tonight and created the loudest open practice in recent history. That was crazy, Jalen Mills said through a smile, before he ran over to a raucous group of fans waiting for his autograph. That's where we'll start tonight. You guys are crazy, and I love it. 1. I walked into the Linc about 2 hours before the practice began and there was already a super long line to get in. I love. This is the line to get into the stadium for tonight's practice at the Linc. Still 2 hours away. pic.twitter.com/nptkh3gdzh, Dave Zangaro, at JongaranBCS, August 5, 2018. And then you guys filled the lower bowl. The lower bowl at the Linc is full. pic.twitter.com/who8xtr8vhg, NBC Sports Philadelphia, at NBC Spilly, August 5, 2018. Amazing. 2. Nick Foles didn't practice tonight, and it wasn't immediately clear why. Zach Ertz, who missed Friday for a rest day, missed practice again. He had a compression sleeve on his left leg. Shelton Gibson, concussion. Richard Rodgers, shoulder. Marcus Wheaton, Ian Park. Asante Brown also missed practice. Mike Wallace left practice after an injury. He didn't practice again, but did return to the field and looked to be okay. 3. After pretty much having Friday's session off, Carson Wentz participated in 7-on-7 drills in front of the crowd at the Linc in the full padded practice. He didn't look great, but at least fans got a chance to see him. He was with the first team during group install, but didn't participate in any 11-on-11s. It's been a week without 11-on-11s for Wentz. Unfortunately for fans, they saw a lot more Nate Sudfeld and Joe Callahan than they were probably prepared for. Neither was very good tonight. 4. The play of the day came on a deep ball from Sudfeld down the right sideline to Nelson Agholor. It was a perfect ball and somehow Agholor caught the pass between Malcolm Jenkins and Rodney McLeod. 5. Jerry continues to get first-team reps at the weak side linebacker spot, but Camu Grugier-Hill continues to make plays. Eventually, KGH needs to get more first-team reps. He had a great diving interception on Sudfeld tonight. 6. Donald Pumphrey had a bad drop in the end zone. The ball went right through his hands. Watch out, Pump. Josh Adams is coming. 7. Practice ended with a touchdown catch from Billy Brown. Remember him? The guy who was going to go from UDFA to 3rd K in camp. Hasn't happened. It's been a quiet few weeks for him. 8. Watched some OLDL 1-on-1s tonight. Again, Matt Pryor impressed. Poor Joe Ostman didn't stand a chance. The most fun back-and-forth battle has been Big V versus Derek Barnett. Fun to watch go against each other. 9. Rodney McLeod was a split second away from killing Mike Wallace. Wallace had the ball go to him down the sideline and McLeod pulled up at the last second. In a game, he demolishes him. 10. The best part of Military Appreciation Night. Players sign for vets and fans. It's fun to watch. pic.twitter.com/mzj4mhp3 No, Dave Zangaro, at JongaranBCS, August 6, 2018. Stupid observation of the day. There was some guy who showed up to the open practice wearing an Ezekiel Elliott No. 21 jersey. Either that dude is an idiot or severely desperate for attention. More on the Eagles. What a weekend. We got to honor Doc and the 2008 World Champions of Baseball. We got to see our favorite athlete ever get immortalized. We got to shed a tear for our favorite workhorse. We got to remember the team that broke the championship curse. And then we got to see the Super Bowl champions back in their nest. Nostalgia is such a powerful thing in sports, and this weekend was full of it in Philadelphia. Think about everything that went down. Brian Dawkins went into the Hall of Fame and on a day he was honored, made his speech about helping others struggling with depression. See story. Of course he did. Roy Halladay and Pat Gillick were inducted into the Phillies Wall of Fame. Halladay was honored posthumously and there wasn't a dry eye at Citizens Bank Park. The 2008 Phillies celebrated the 10th anniversary of their World Series win and brought back most of the members from that team. Even Jason Worth, who fell out of favor with fans after going to the Nationals as a free agent, returned to a deserving hero's welcome. It was a touching moment from an intelligent fanbase. And then we saw these first-place Phillies pull off a sweep. See story. The weekend was capped by thousands of Eagles fans showing up for an August practice to see the defending Super Bowl champions at Lincoln Financial Field. It was the first time the Birds were all together at the Linc in uniform since the NFC Championship Game That became a blowout party and sent them to Minnesota. Sometimes, as sports fans, we get caught up in nostalgia. We remember things from the past fondly and sometimes even neglect the present. But this weekend, it was impossible to not get caught up in the magic. And, man, it was fun. This weekend reminded me of why we are all sports fans in the first place. These teams and these players connect us. How many people watched Doc's Hall of Fame speech with their dad or brothers or sisters? How many families watched the opening of Saturday's Phillies game and shed a tear together remembering Doc? How many folks double-dipped on Sunday, getting a chance to see the last World Series champions at Citizens Bank Park and then walk down the street to see the Super Bowl champs at night? That had to be a great day. A lot of times, we push sports to the back burner in the summer. We go to the beach, we go on vacation, we sit by the pool. But I'm guessing a lot of people this weekend pushed those other things aside and had themselves a great sports weekend. There will be plenty of new memories to make and heroes to crown. But over the last few days, it was nice to remember the ones who came before. Win the Super Bowl and get rewarded. That's exactly what has now happened for Doug Peterson and Howie Roseman. The man who built the Super Bowl roster and the man who coached the Eagles to their first ever Super Bowl win aren't going anywhere. Head coach Peterson and Executive Vice President of Football Operations Howie Roseman have been given contract extensions that run through 2022. We are thrilled to solidify continuity in our organization's leadership with the extensions of Doug Peterson and Howie Roseman, whose collaborative partnership helped deliver our city its first Super Bowl championship, Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie said in a statement released by the team. Doug and Howie are committed to the success of our franchise by ensuring that we remain competitive, both in the short and long term. That unified vision for the future of our team is what gives us the best chance to win moving forward. The story of how these two men came into power with the Eagles and then brought the team to the highest point in franchise history is nothing short of amazing. Peterson was once a hated player and at the time of his hiring as head coach in 2016, hadn't gotten over that in the minds of the fan base. He was thought to be the Eagles' second or third choice and many fans weren't sure he would ever make it. He was thought of as a problem, not a solution. He proved everybody wrong. The Eagles recently picked up the fifth-year option on Peterson's contract. This keeps him 2 years longer. In 2017, Peterson came into his own as a head coach and his aggressive style rubbed off on his players. He helped the team overcome injuries to several key players, including Carson Wentz, Jason Peters, Jordan Hicks and Darren Sproles. He was not named NFL Coach of the Year, but he certainly deserved it. Roseman was stripped of his GM duties after losing a power struggle with then head coach Chip Kelly. After a year away from football duties, Roseman was reinstated to power and showed aggressiveness, going up in the draft to get Wentz and pulling off even more trades than before. He built that Super Bowl roster. More importantly, he's shown the ability to play nice with new personnel head Joe Douglas. For his efforts in 2017, Roseman was named 2017 Executive of the Year by the PFWA and the Sporting News NFL Executive of the Year. His journey has been a unique one, but he's now a legend in Philadelphia. Really, both are legends in Philadelphia. And they're poised to keep the Eagles competing for championships for the next several years. To extend them had to be a no-brainer. More on the Eagles.